What's up, guys? Happy fall. Soon to be happy Halloween. We're going to be doing a Halloween theme get together here, so I figured I'd come up with some fall decorations and some spooky Halloween themes. So here is basically I made a pumpkin lantern, and you can either hang it as a table placement or the spooky spider. So these almost didn't exist because there was a problem when I started putting them together, but I'll show you how I overcame that. So. And also I did a crackle finish, and I'll show you how I did that. So let's get into this build. Okay, grab yourself a picket, cut 66 inches. Okay, now you're gonna do, save this off cut, go over to your table saw, set it up to 22.5. We're gonna go not quite to the center, and then we're gonna rip both sides down all the way across. Saw's at 22.5. Okay, turn it around and just do the other side. Should have something that looks like this. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to go cut 8 pieces at 8 inches. After 8 pieces, now you're going to do is we're going to take something to make some round over. Just kind of line it up, make your circles or your arcs. And now I'm going to leave the bottom flat on this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up, I'm going to make a 1-inch strip all the way around. So just come up about 1 inch, just follow that curve, and just kind of connect the dots. It's kind of hard to see. I'll just do a marker. Square line to here. Okay, I'm going to use my scroll saw to cut this out. Save this piece because we'll make a little tea light pumpkin out of this. We'll get a 2-for-1, maybe even a 3-for-1. Well, apparently I don't know how to hit record, so basically I just cut the shape out, and you're left with this one. And I think I'm just won't make this so extreme, so I'll just kind of soften the curve on the top. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut some of this out here to make a little pumpkin. I have a tea light pumpkin. Now what I'll do is I'll just go to the sander, clean some of these edges up, and then use these as a template, and we'll do the rest. Okay, next we're just going to clean these edges up, do some round overs real quick, then we'll get them ready to glue. Get your glue and pin nail. Okay, when you do the top, just stay away from the center. So we're going to drill a hole for a stem. You probably could get away with glue and CA glue. Okay, let this dry up. Sometimes it's not going to be all perfect, but it's okay. Let it dry up. We'll drill a hole for some stems, and we'll do something for a candle. So this one's basically repetitious from the last video, so won't show too much of this. Make a tea light holder for this one, but I want to make the spider first because making the head of the spider is going to be the same. So let's start with our spider. The spider ones are basically the same. Cut 66 inches and do the same cuts. See if we can get a 3-for out of this one. Actually, it would be a 6-for out of this one. So for this one, these are 8 inches, so we'll go in the center. Mark your center at 4 inches. Mark that across. I want more of a subtle curve. Just grab the paint can. I'll have more of a curve on the outside. So something like that, probably. Let's do the same thing. We'll do an inch. And what I think I want to do for the legs, I think I'll just do a 45 or something. I think what I'll do is I'll label one A and then one at B. So they're 2 different sides. Use this as our template for the bigger one, and then we'll make our medium one, and then the smaller one. Okay, we'll trace out this one. We'll keep these together. I won't cut them yet till we're all done tracing everything. I think we'll go a 3/4 inch line. We'll come up a little off center just to keep the head off the ground. Something like that. As you can see, they're slightly different on each side. So we'll just try to keep them separate and trace out all the 7 other pieces. Okay, just go through and mark all your center lines on each of them. Okay, so I got all the pieces cut, sanded, rounded over, cleaned up, ready to glue. But there was one problem. When I was putting this one together, so I wanted to see how it goes. Had a hell of a time. I almost scrapped this spider project. So basically, doing stuff like these, you have a bottom reference point when you're putting them together. This one I didn't, so I was having trouble. So I actually took a break, started on my next project, came back to this one. So I figured out what I can do is this would save you some issues too. Put it together like where it's gonna go, and then measure the gap. This one's almost about a 1/4 inch. Made a piece about a 1/4 inch, and then I can just set it down, and then I have something flat to go on. I have to measure yours. This one is about 2 3/16. This one is about 7/8. So now we're going to glue and pin nail. Sometimes you got to force it in a little bit because it's hard to get them just perfect. That seemed to work better. Getting it ready there. Get it on, turn it around. Put a little down pressure. That seems to work pretty good. Let this set up. If you got any nails, I should have used 3/4. But I'm going to let this set up. I'll take any nails out that are poking through. And then we'll work on the head and then the tea light holder for this pumpkin. I think once we get those done, then I'm going to try I'll try a crackle technique. I'll kind of show you how I do that. We'll let everything dry up. We'll put the head on. We'll try the crackle. Okay, take your offcut. Basically what we're going to do is take a 2.5-inch hole saw. Get 4 out of this offcut. Just kind of get a rough idea because we're going to use the Forstner bit to start it. Let's go ahead and clamp this down. Now I'm just going to use this as a pilot. Kind of center it. Just put it in reverse. I'm not going to go all the way through right now. Now just go through and put your depth down. Now just flip it around. Should be able to cut through this pretty easy. Okay, just clean up a little bit. Now what I need to do is I'm going to round this over with the sander. Just get it up closer. So we'll do that first. Something like that. Now what I'm going to do, just kind of mark where the legs are. Head back to the sander and we'll engroove this edge where the legs meet. Take the back side and put a little indent on the edge right here. Okay, might have to adjust, get some more sanding here and there just to make it more snug. Well, that's about it. For the pumpkin one, I'm going to do both sides to make it look like a little sprocket. And we'll just set it in the center. So we'll glue and pin nail these. We'll let that dry up. We'll start do some painting. I'll show you a crackle finish on one of them. First thing we got to do is put a base coat on. Get some flat. I got some flat black. We'll probably do some flat orange, yellows. The base coat is what what the cracks are going to look like. That's the color that's going to show through. Okay, let's do some crack-a-lacka. Basically, I'm going to just take some regular Elmer's glue. Just going to add some water just to loosen it up some. Kind of make it like a slurry. I don't want it too thick. Basically, the premise is getting a nice little even coat. The thicker it is, the bigger the cracks are going to be. And all we do is just paint it on. So we're fighting. Crackling is probably the best to doing on a flat surface. So gravity's kind of going to fight against us. You'll notice it once you set it down, it'll start trying to run down. So you just kind of keep picking up the pulls. So I'm not trying to go too heavy. I just want it nice and coated. Any of these sags, just kind of brush them back until it starts tacking up. Brush strokes determine your orientation of the crackle. So just be mindful of that. Now, if you're just doing just the one, you might be able to, because we're going to have to let this tack up before we put a coat of paint on it. You could probably use a hair dryer or a heat gun. Just kind of low heat, just to kind of set it a little bit. Everyone's a mystery. Don't know how it's going to turn out. Okay, it's starting to tack up. Throw some orange on here. Okay, not too heavy, but not too light. Just going to drag it over. Kind of a light touch. Don't really want to interrupt the glue. I'm not putting any pressure on the brush. Just letting it glide over it. Like I said, these verticals and curves are probably one of the hardest to do. You're just going to want to watch any heavy sags. You can see it starting right there. Got little veins. I'm going to do this orange one. We're going to do a black top coat. Well, let it dry up. Hope it turns out. It's starting to get some. So there you go, guys. 6 spiders out of 1 picket. 3 pumpkins out of 1 picket. Hope this video sparked some creativity. Go make some spiders and maybe some pumpkin lanterns. And I want to see what these look like lit up. Here, check that out. That candle, pretty cool. Nice little touch. A little lantern. Yeah, if you haven't seen the last pumpkin video, check that one out. Turned out pretty good. See all the different crackle finishes, depending on how you lay it out. So I think that turned out pretty nice. I'll check that lantern video out too. Get 2 lanterns out of 1 picket. Or there's one without a tea light. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll make some spiders and I will see you on the next one. Alright, bye guys.